Hello, Christchurch, Manchester. I just wanted to talk about the CCM day again. It's coming up on us real quickly. It's the 26th of Feb. It's going to be really exciting. And I've had a little bit of feedback on how we have branded the CCM day. And some people rightly pointing out that actually it doesn't last all day. Previously they have done, and this one doesn't. It's just the morning. But calling it the CCM morning sounds a little bit like a coffee morning for people who are older than me, and so we decided CCM Day is it's snappier, it's more exciting, it's more profound, it's a bit more fun. So the CCM Day it's on the 26th of Feb. It's at the TA Centre in Fallowfield. It's 10:30 till about 12:30. There'll be worship, teaching, there'll be kids work, all the same stuff that we usually do on a Sunday morning, except we will all be together. We won't be in our separate sites. We will all come together, and I'm expecting a good few hundred of us to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about our speaker, who we've invited along to come and preach. That is a guy called Mike Pilavachi. Now, I've been involved leading church in Manchester for about 8 years. Before that, when we lived in Birmingham, we helped run student work at the church there. Often I would get into conversation with new students and young people, and I would ask them how they became a Christian. It was just a good way to get to know people, find out about their backgrounds. And the answer that often came back to me was that I met God at Soul Survivor. I became a Christian at Soul Survivor. My life was turned around at Soul Survivor. I came back to God at Soul Survivor. And Soul Survivor is a youth event that happens every summer in about 3 or 4 different places in the UK, I think, with thousands and thousands of teenagers come together. And that event was started by Mike Pilavachi, and he still runs it now, still very heavily involved. And in the UK, I think it has been an incredibly influential event for the church, for people who don't believe in God and coming back to him. I think for young people in our nation, it's been a very big deal. And I personally know people who have been there whose lives have been changed from going to this event. Young people and people who aren't quite as young as they once were. And so we decided we wanted to invite Mike to come and talk. Well, why? Because he is an excellent communicator. He's very funny, very profound. He will be very challenging. And we wanted to invite him up to come and speak to us. We heard him a few times at the Catalyst Festival. He did the first year in 2013, then 2014 as well. And numbers of us heard him for the first time there and thought he was excellent and found him to be very challenging. And when we come together like this, CCM, when we get all of the different sites together, we want to invite people to us who are going to be a bit different to perhaps what we normally have, who are going to maybe be used to speaking to bigger crowds, have a bigger gift, and are going to be able to challenge us to grow in our faith, to step out in boldness, and also that God would really speak through them. And we're very keen that as we're together, we take time and we can hear God. It will just be a great thing to do. And I think through Mike, that will happen. I think Mike Pilavachi is going to be very good for us. So I have a little bit of a challenge for you as you're thinking about the day. Don't just think, oh, when I'm not going to my normal church today, we're going somewhere else. To actually invest a little bit of thought time and thinking, actually, we're all coming together, all the different sites of CCM. We're coming together to hear from God. We're coming together to celebrate. We're coming together to see each other, to build community. It's going to be a lot of fun. But to come with some humility as well, to think, actually, I want to hear. I want to hear what Mike has to say. I want to hear what he has to talk to us about. I want to be challenged. I want to hear from God. And sometimes we have to come with that sense of expectation in our hearts in order to be ready to do that, to receive that. So, Sunday, the 26th of February, tattoo it on yourself. Cancel everything that's in your diary. Phone your family, any friends that you were planning to see that day, instead of coming to church and say, I've changed my mind, I'm not coming, I'm going to let you down, I'm going to church instead. And it would be great to have as many people there as we can get, just because it'd be great to see us all together. It is at the TA Centre, which is on Norman Road in Fallowfield. I do encourage you to get there. We are going to start at 10:30. As usual, there will be just a whole stack of cake, piles of the stuff, coffee, tea, lots of really good kids work. I know people have been planning the kids work for numbers of weeks now for the 2 different groups of kids, so the kids can have a great time. They can hear from God as well. The band is practicing. They're going to be noisy in a CCM way. It's going to be a lot of fun. So 26th of Feb, 10:30, TA Centre, Norman Road, Fallowfield. Come along and be there.